Hey, what's up, family? Hope everybody having a good day. Coming here to give you guys a recap. You're gonna have to work with me a little bit. We could probably gonna have some traffic with people coming by and stuff, but I'm back in New York with the family for my brother-in-law's wedding, so I'm looking forward to that. And in the process, we still had the call today, just talking about our focus this week was mindset shift, and it was a really great conversation that we had. And today's call ended up being all men on the call, so it was just great because we were able to talk about just male specific content as it relates to the importance of shifting our mind every single day, because as we know, life is a lot. It can be a lot, but with God, all things are possible. With the life that we have, we can overcome the things, the obstacles, the adversity that we come face to face with every single day through our relationship with God. And when we have that relationship with God, that allows us to be able to shift our focus from the obstacle, from the adversity, to God. Because when we focus on God, that's what allows us to be able to be successful, do the things that he has put over our life, the purpose that he's put over our life, because we're focused on God rather than the circumstances, the things that are around us, that surround us every single day, right? So we really dove into that conversation, and then talking about the best practices that surround that, like sharing things like, okay, yo, bro, what do you do to help yourself get over those adverse moments in life when you having those negative thoughts, and you start to buy into those negative thoughts, you start to take action on those negative thoughts. Like, what are you doing to get yourself out of that slump? And so we talked about things as far as like taking the lies that the devil tells us and replacing them with the truth, which is the scriptures from God, the word of God. So if there's perversion that he's putting in your mind, if there's self condemnation, if it's lack of confidence, low self-esteem, all of these things that the devil tries to place in our mind, we have to take those things, and when we take those things, put the positive in there, put the truth in there, not the positive, the truth in there. But by that, what I mean is, we know that if we take the scriptures and put in there the lies that the devil is saying, that right there is going to show us the light of where we're supposed to be. And that's going to put that thought out there to know and understand, this is a thought from the devil, and I should not buy into it. I should not allow this thought to have a space in my mind. And we talked about the thought process, because oftentimes, some people feel like you can't control your thoughts. Like, certain things are going to pop up, and that's just the way it is. But no, we have to be able to tap into the word and understand that God says, renew your mind daily. And the way that we renew our mind is through reading the word. And the only way we're going to be able to change our thoughts and our mindset and our actions is by what we're digesting every day. And so that main source has to be reading the Bible. But then in combination with reading the Bible, it's important for us to have fellowship. So being with like-minded individuals. So as we're having these conversations, that allows us to be able to ensure that we're sharpening each other with the right direction. So what I mean by that is, like, again, having the call that we had today, we got, 6 or 7, 4 or 5 brothers on there. We having a positive conversation. But if everybody has the same mindset that God is king, and our goal is to get to heaven, and we know that, and everybody has that same process, so that means that the advice that I give my brother is not going to be advice that's going to lead him opposite of our goal. So that's the importance of having fellowship. But then the other aspect of it is, it's understanding that there is an adversary out there. The devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. So when we have that understanding that the devil is out there, and he literally he wants to kill us. So anything that we have, we realize that if it's something that is demonic, is negative, we know that that's not from God. But oftentimes it's easy as humans, we will fall into those thoughts, and we start to believe them. And then we start to speak them over our life, where we put these limitations on what God can do in our life. Because why? Because we're focused on what we can do. We're focused on our limitations rather than focusing on what God can do in our life. And what I've realized in my own personal life, my own testimony, is that when I started to remove the limitations that I put on God, I started to just be in awe of the things that God is doing in my life. like my life really shifted when I just started, like, you know what? It's not about me and my abilities, but it's about when I give my life up. When I give my life up, when I gave my life up to say, like, God, whatever it is that you want me to do, I'm doing it. I see ease. I see favor. I feel blessed. I feel like it's a path that's like literally right here, and I can see where I'm going. I know what's next, and even I know it's down the way because I'm doing those proper steps. That doesn't mean that we don't fall off, that we don't backslide, that we still have opportunities that we trying to grow on, sins that we trying to overcome. That just means that I know where my source is. And when we know where our source is, that allows us to be able to go in the direction that God is calling us to go. God is our source. It has to be our number one source. And when we lean on God, everything else will change. I'm telling you. And it's just like, that's the main thing that we just talked about. And I can't drill at home more than I am trying to. Is just like a simple fact that every day when you wake up, it's going to be challenges. Whether you wake up in the morning, you wake up late and I make you late to work. Okay, do you have an optimistic mindset about the rest of that day or that situation that you're dealing with, your relationship? Maybe you're entrepreneur and you're looking for that big breakthrough with your business, whatever it is. Do you have an optimistic mindset like, yo, God gonna make this work out for me? And in the process of us waiting on God, it's really God is waiting on us. God is waiting on us to get our things in order, to line up, to do the things that he's calling us to do. But in the process of us waiting, whether it's for ourselves or waiting for God, because God is waiting for us to get where we need to be, God is teaching us patience. He's teaching us patience, and he's building our character in those moments, because sometimes if we get things when we say that we want them, it's going to be well ahead of the time that God gives, and now it's premature. We end up losing it because we don't got the character to sustain it. We don't have the mentality to sustain it. We don't have the emotional intelligence to sustain it. So it's important for us to be on God's time and get the blessing when God wants us to get them, rather than getting them when we think we should get them. So again, that's my encouragement for y'all today. As we recap, this week focus was mindset shift. As always, man, if you guys want to join, just check out the description below, send an email, get you added on there. It's about, again, building fellowship and just having conversations to get closer and closer to God. We all need community. Why not start here? It's free, man. Just jump on and just chop it up, have good convos about talking to God. So if you've been on here this entire 7 minutes or so, look, hope that you have a blessed day. Hope that this was a encouraging message for you. And make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Check out the podcast. It's on there, again, Inspired by Christ. All things inspiring us with our walk with God, to get closer and closer to him, to inspire other people as we're going on our journey. So hope that y'all have a great day. To God be the glory. Peace.